Hello, everybody, and welcome to Denton, Texas, here in the DFW Metroplex for tonight's SFL Saturday night action between the DC Dragons and the Lone Star Glory. I'm Jack Brown alongside Eddie Gage for tonight's intense matchup between these two teams. Eddie, Texas this week allowed for 100% capacity at sporting events, and everyone has turned out tonight to support the Lone Star Glory playing with heavy hearts.
SFL Nation, look at your family and friends watching the game alongside you and say it in unison with me. What up, though? Jack, the last time these two teams played was back in October of 2016 when the Dragons walked off the field with a hard-earned 23-17 victory. The Dragons, desperate to get their first win of the season, is looking to repeat history here tonight. There's only one way to find out. Fans, buckle up your seatbelts. We could be for a wild one out here in Denton, Texas. Kickoff is next.
Kickoff is just moments away here. The Lone Star Glory, wearing the high school football uniforms of Seguin High School in Arlington, Texas, not too far away from where we are here in Denton. They're playing this game in tribute to Evan Lacey, who was found deceased last year, and they're still looking for answers for his just tragic death. But before we get to kick off here, let's learn a little bit more about Evan Lacey, the man who they are playing this game in tribute to.
This sister's heartbreak is immense.
My brother was the biggest blessing of my life.
Evan was a good person.
He was something special. He will always be something special.
Man, Evan, he just always had his hand out for everybody. And for things to go like they did with this situation, I don't see why somebody would want to do that to him, because Evan would never try to hurt anybody. He would try to help somebody.
He's always been a caring person, he'll put people first. He's never been a selfish kind of person. And I feel like he's always had an open heart with people. He's always seen the best in people, definitely.
Evan has always forced me to have confidence in myself.
With everything, my best friend, we did everything together. He was the brother I never had.
He was definitely family to me, definitely a brother to me, somebody that I feel like I could count on. I could call Evan if I needed something.
He told me never give up on my dreams, and it just always stuck with me. I'm going through personal problems right now, and I wish he was here to talk to me about it, but I just remember in the back of my head, he always tells me, keep going. It's like I hear him talking to me. I just try to model my life after him. He's still living through me. So his dad was actually my father figure growing up too. So I actually go to him to talk about stuff I don't feel comfortable with talking to my mom about, whether it's girl problems or, just man things, and he taught me how to be a man. So I talk to him every day.
Van, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm great. I'm anxious. I'm ready.
This has been a long road, my friend. I just want to ask you one question.
Okay.
Are you ready to play for Lone Star?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Absolutely.
Let's do this. Let's get it done.
My wife is in the background dancing.
All right. Well, I'm going to start dancing here pretty soon. Well, God bless you, man, and welcome to the family. We can't wait to bring you in the locker room. Good things are coming down the road, and let's go win some games.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Evan was a great kid. Never, everybody looked up to him as far as being a leader, as far as being a friend. Evan was 19 when he was murdered. My son was my hero. I can't express that enough. I mean, it's not, I don't even think that's common for a father to look at his son as his hero, but the way that my son was, his personality, his traits, I thank God for giving me the strength and whatever else he blessed me with to raise such a great kid. and I feel honored to be his father.
Absolutely heartwarming tribute there to Evan. We're going to kick the ball away to start off this ball game here in Denton. We are just moments away from kickoff. SFL Nation, get on your feet and let's play some football here in Texas. Fielded at about the 20, going to take it up past the 30, up to the 34-yard line. That's where Shabazz Synergy and company are going to take the field. Last week, they dropped a rough one to the Desperados. 23-10 was the final there, but there were certainly some flashes of hope.
Yeah, it's been typically their offense that stalls out in the second half of games, and it'd be interesting to see if they can try to keep that momentum going in the second half.
Yeah, that seems to be that's what they really need to do in order to close out these games. But it's 1st and 10 now. Hand off to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say gets 4 yards on the run. Great, just great job.
Kevin Say has been a bell cow of this offense all season. He's amongst the league leaders in carries, and he's second on the team in receptions as well.
So it's 2nd and 6 now for the Dragons. 2 wide at the top, 1 wide at the bottom with 2 men in the backfield. Hand off once more to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say is not going to get anything stuffed in the backfield. Going to make it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, you know already that Lone Star got that memo too, that he's involved heavily into this offense, and they're probably going to be spying on him all throughout this contest tonight.
So it's 3rd and 5. DC coming out with the empty backfield. Should be a moderate to deep throw on the play. Synergy looking around. Barely gets the ball off in time, and that was thrown into the seam. Caught for a 1st down across midfield. DC absolutely smoked the Lone Star defense.
Coming out in a gun straight look, 4 wide receivers. Lone Star counters with a nickel defense. Perhaps because they've got their eyes on Kevin Say throughout this contest. We're going to see how this plays out throughout this game, but an interesting look defensively for Lone Star.
1st and 10 once more. Short drop for DC. Throwing it on the flat. Gaining 5 yards. Not bad at all. Gets a few more to tack on to what was a pretty good last play.
Yeah, early on, this defense is just trying to get a good look at what DC is doing, trying to see if they made any changes to their playbook and their philosophy today. They're just sitting back and just trying to get a grasp on what this offense is trying to get accomplished today.
2nd and 5 now. Handoff once again to Kevin Say. Kevin Say gets lit up in the backfield. Not what you want to be seeing at all, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the DC Dragons.
Yeah, Lone Star staying in that nickel base front, regardless of whether DC is coming out 4 wide or if they're in the base formation, they're going to come out with this nickel look.
3rd and 8 now. Same formation as what happened last time with 3rd down. Looking deep down the sideline. That was going to be caught. Jukes out his man. Takes it down to the 5. What a grab. And Jeff Banfield does miracle work.
Yeah, he does. I thought he was going to get in the end zone there for a minute, but it looks like he might have gotten tired from the catch and run. And interesting play call there on this possession for DC. They're coming out being very aggressive so far.
Yeah, Banfield wearing number 4 in solidarity with Lone Star. I mean, of course, with something like this, you got to show as much solidarity as you can, but it's going to bring up 1st and goal. Ball's on the 5-yard line. Moderate drop from Synergy. Going to throw it down the flat to Say, and Say's not going to get anything done. We'll lose 2 yards, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal. Tackle was made by, I think that was Lincoln Kingseed.
There was a smart play by Synergy there. There was nothing open downfield. He was forced to check it down. Live to fight another day.
2nd and goal for the Dragons. Ball's on the 7. Going to spread out the field a little bit. Gonna hand it off right up the middle to Kevin Say. Kevin Say is gonna get about a yard or two is what they're saying. 3rd and goal. Ball's on the Lone Star Glory's 6-yard line.
What a message this DC Dragons ball club can send if they can find a way to punch this in for a score here early on.
Deep drop there for Synergy. Pump fakes it, lobs it over the end zone. Caught the back. Touchdown Dragons. What a throw and what a catch by the tight end, Ziggy Chronic.
Ziggy with his first catch of the day. Hopefully for him that won't be his last. But wow, what an impressive drive by this DC Dragons team. They come out very conservative, typically what they've been doing all season, but they decided to just open up the playbook and get vertically challenged his secondary here. And so far, it's paid off dividends for this ball club.
So it's going to be now with the extra point pending. They will go up 7-0 after their first drive. Kicks away from Don Wilson and it is through. DC up 7-0 over Lone Star. But now it's time for the Glory to answer.
What was more impressive about that drive is that Lone Star has one of the better defensive fronts in all the entire SFL, and he had plenty of time to survey the field. That was actually his 4th read. If he didn't get that kind of time and get that pass off, was very impressive by this offensive line.
Yeah, that's honestly what you need. You know, it really is underestimated how much an offensive line can really do for an offense. As the Glory are going to take it up past the 25 to 26-yard line, and now Ace Fennick, Greg Soto, Deuce Fennick, Dave Axis, Adam Williams, Ike McBride, and Cameron Collier are going to come out onto the field still with heavy hearts, and they're going to try and put some points of their own up on the board.
Yeah, I can imagine how difficult it is for this ball club to play this game today, but I'm sure Lacey wouldn't want it any other way.
Now under center is going to be Ace Fennick. Short drop, throw, and it's going to be caught up to the 31-yard line. Nice job of just getting the ball off over to Deuce Fennick, his relative.
Keep it in the family, I see. Trying to pad his stats for once his contract is up at the end of the season.
It's offensive nepotism, you know? 2nd down and 5. Offset I is going to be the call. Hand off to Ike McBride. She goes right up the middle, and Ike McBride's got some room. Gets the first down and probably a yard or two to top it all off.
We ain't jokers. You see a lot of teams in the SFL run out of this formation, but typically they like to run stretch or power plays to the outside. Perhaps Lone Star kept DC napping. They run it straight up the middle for a nice gain.
First and 10. They're going to go with the free play. Thrown short now to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride's going to get tackled probably right at the line, but that's okay. They're probably just going to take the free yards.
They will. It's going to be a gain of 5. You know, get a free down to play, be 1st and 5, and undisciplined line play right there by DC. They got to calm down. I know they're excited.
So with the penalty, it's going to be 1st down and 5.
Winning jokers again.
And it's going to be actually a handoff to the fullback, Cameron Collier, trying to catch DC off guard with a quick handoff. They don't fall for it, though. 2nd and 5.
They didn't fall for it at all. In fact, they got tired of it. They got beat once already for a big chunk of yards on the 1st down. This time, not so much.
And it's going to be thrown deep over the top. Pass intended for Deuce Fennick once again, but it's going to be falling incomplete. 3rd and 5.
That ball should have never been thrown, and they're actually fortunate to have this ball back. Perhaps Ace was fooled by the defense as he sees a safety come crashing down to the flats, but the corner was Johnny on the spot. Made a great play.
So it's 3rd down and 5. And they're going to go with only one man in the backfield, like McBride. Quick drop from Fennec, and Fennec's going to throw it right towards his man, and they're not going to say that he got the first down. A nice throw to Dave Axis, the receiver, but Axis just not able to get that extra half an inch or so needed.
They're going to challenge that spot.
I mean, I wouldn't blame them. Why wouldn't you? You kind of need to at this point. The call is going to be on whether or not Axis got across the yellow stripe. And
oh, that's close.
It kind of looks like he did, but I don't know if that's going to be conclusive.
Yeah, they're probably going to go with the original call because it's going to be hard to spot this ball. And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep with the original call, which they do.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. The call on the field is going to remain as it was last time. Lone Star is going to be charged a timeout, but it's going to be all okay. So Lone Star, after their first drive, do not get to do what DC did. They don't get to put up any points on the board. And now William Zuderveld is going to be out to punt the ball away.
Trying to pin him deep inside the 10.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit low. It's going to be fair caught at the 19 or so yard line. Nice job from the punt coverage unit of DC to just, minimize the damage.
Well, I was kind of disappointed in the punt there. He could have got some more hang time on that and pinned DC back in their own end. But DC is looking to build this momentum here and perhaps get some more points on the board.
That's probably what they're thinking about. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Offset I for Shabazz Synergy. Deep drop, going to throw it right over to Kevin Say. And Kevin Say spins around, going to lunge forward, gains about a yard or two. Not a bad play at all. And it keeps the drive moving forward.
Yeah, he got no help from his offensive line there. He had 3 offensive linemen released out into the field. And number 70 took a bad angle trying to block the defensive front that was coming his way.
2nd down and 9. Hand off to Kevin Say right up the middle. And Kevin Say is not going to get anything going. Going to be another 3rd down situation. 3rd and 9 for the DC Dragons.
2 straight conservative play calls for the offense here on DC. They had success on their first possession when they were a bit more aggressive. 3rd and long can be kind of hard to do it here when the defensive line is pinning their ears back.
Yeah, but DC's done it before, and let's see if they can do it again. Short drop from Sebastian Synergy, and Synergy goes right over the middle. That's going to be a 1st down. Lone Star had everything covered, but that nice little sweet spot in the short zone, and that allowed Kingston Ellington to catch the ball and get the 1st down.
His first catch of the afternoon here, and it's a big one, a slant over the middle. Picks up the 1st down. Trips
so now
tight.
It's 3 wide to the bottom of your screen. No wide to the top. DC's going to hand it off to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say gets stuffed at the line. 2nd and 10. Lone Star, they're trying to catch him out, sleeping on that play, but they weren't able to do it. 2nd down and 10. Freddie Trammell on the tackle.
Perhaps taking a page out of Portland's playbook. They made that play famous last week versus Arizona with a 46-yard TD, and again today versus Denver with a 70-yard TD.
Handoff once more to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say's got some room on the outside. Makes a defender miss. He's going to make some more miss. He's going down the sideline to the 30. 1 man to beat. He's going to beat him. Touchdown, Dragons!
Today was the only chance Lone Star had of getting Kevin Say down to the ground. They were unable to do it. He made a nifty move near the line of scrimmage. They got him free, and after that, it was clear sailing. Doug Day didn't have the speed to catch up to him. And don't look now, DC Dragons fans. But it's 13-0 extra point pending, and this may be the largest lead they've had all season.
Yeah, that spin move was crucial. Let's get another look at that. Oh, man! That spin alone would put that play on the top 10 plays of the week, but that run after just adds the icing to the cake.
I can see the smiles from all the DC fans who made the trip out here to Texas, if they were allowed in the building, because they tend to pack this stadium, like you said at the beginning of this contest. So perhaps they may be in a parking lot watching the game, but you can just see the smiles on the face of these fans right now, optimistic.
Yeah, doing some tailgating. Now Don Wilson out to attempt the extra point. Kick is away, and it's going to be through. DC up 14-zip on top of the Lone Star Glory. This has to be one of the best starts I've seen DC get out to all year.
I believe so. I was just talking about that a moment ago. I don't think they've had a lead this large all season. I think they had a 10-point lead versus St. Louis several weeks ago, but I don't think they've been up 14.
Never mind, be up 14 this early on. Lone Star, you know, obviously it's still very early on, and 2 possessions is manageable. However, you know, there still has to be at least some sort of sense of urgency on Ace Fennec's shoulders now, because again, you need to start picking up the pace, because you don't know if DC is going to keep this up.
You know who was nervous besides just the Lone Star fans? Everyone who picked Lone Star to win in the survivor pool. There's only 10 slots left, and I believe about 70% of them had Lone Star winning this game.
First and 10. Quick drop from Ace Fennec, and that's going to bounce off the defender. DC coming out firing on all cylinders. Benny Butcher with the pass deflection.
Yeah, coming off that sack he had last week was his first of the season. This time he gets the pat down at the line of scrimmage, getting his big paw up there, making it 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Going under center is Ace Fennec. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top with a man in the backfield. Quick drop, looking around, going to throw it to the flat. Nice pitch and catch. Gains about 6 or 7 yards, going to make it 3rd down and 2.
Nice catch and run there by Greg Soto. He has one of the better, attributes in this league. He's been around for quite some time now, and you can just see him there, just draw separation from the defender there at the top of his route.
So it's 3rd and 2. Lone Star kind of in a position now where they need to get this first down. It would be great so that they can get pace with Dragons. Hand off to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride, she's going to trundle forward. They're not going to say that she got the first down. 4th and 2. And DC, I don't know if they got the memo here that they're supposed to be kind of just the walking thing so that Lone Star could celebrate. But they've come out firing on all cylinders.
Yes, they have on both offense and defense. And don't look now, but Lone Stars are punting this ball to DC once again.
Snaps right where it needs to be, and the kick is away. Fielded at about the 20, taken up to the 25-yard line. And Shabazz Synergy, Kevin Say, and the whole DC Dragons offense, it's been a bit of a party over on that sideline so far.
But don't start partying too much. You want to conserve that alcohol, because this game is far from over. We got a lot of football left. Kevin Say with 7 carries already.
They like using him a lot in this Dragons offense. They're going to use him again. Kevin Say able to shed a tackler or 2, but he only gains about 1 or 2 yards.
Kevin Say finished the game last week with 28 carries versus Tulsa. He's already got 8. And we're still in the first quarter.
That right there was actually his 9th carry on the night. DC leaning heavy on. Could you blame him with the way Kevin Say that he's been performing tonight, especially after that mega TD run? Hand off to Kevin Say to the outside again, and Kevin Say not going to get it off the D line, but he does gain about a yard. Not really. They're going to say no gain, no loss.
Yeah, Craven's getting about tired of this nonsense. He's ready to end this and get the ball back to his offense.
Well, he's coach of the Lone Star Glory, Synergy going to throw it deep over the middle once again, and that's going to be caught for a first down. what has gotten into this DC receiving core to just be able to be in the right place at the right time?
I'm not quite sure, but K. Marion is looking to help get on the stat sheet as well. That's their first catch, and DC is just feeling themselves right now on both sides of the ball.
And it's going to be 1st and 10, balls on their own 42. They've been getting the ball moving, and that's really all you can ask for as a team. And Kevin Say going to go to the outside again, picks up the block. Can he make the man miss? Yes, he will. He's going down the sideline. One more man to beat. He's not going to beat him. Down to the 6. Kevin Say looking like how he was during his time in the SFLM.
Doug Day just saved a touchdown. He was the last man to beat on Kevin Say's previous long run. This time he redeems himself by finding a way to get Kevin Say down to the ground, or it'd have been 21-0 here in a moment.
That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. DC lighting it up tonight. Lone Star on the back foot, 14-0, and the Dragons are within striking distance once again. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. DC now, it's 1st and goal. Short drop. Throws it towards the sideline. It's going to be caught. And it's going to get up to about 2nd and goal, up to the 4.
Sebastian Synergy once again making a great decision. No one was open downfield. Live to fight another day by checking it down.
Yeah, you don't want to risk it, especially when you're this close to the goal line. 2nd and goal. Short drop once again. Gonna sling it right for the end zone. That's going to be between 5 people. Caught again, Ziggy Chronic. That's a touchdown.
Don't listen to me, Cam, but a lot of players around this league says 90-yard slants do work. DC rolls with it, and they're able to capitalize on a touchdown. And wow, Lone Star has got to be stunned right now. They could not have anticipated this coming.
Yeah, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Dragons. I don't know if I've ever seen any team come out to such a hot start this season in the SFL. As the kick's away, and it's going to be through. The Dragons are giving themselves quite the cushion here to start the game. And for the Glory, now the questions become what really to do. There's still a lot of time left, but 3 scores, especially in the SFL, that's hard to do.
Well, one thing they have to find a way to do is get a pass rush on Sebastian Synergy, because they are amongst the league leaders in sacks, but they always find a way to get to the quarterback and put pressure on him. And so far, his jersey is clean.
I couldn't agree with you more, as the Glory are going to take it out now to the 30-yard line. And so far, Ace Fennec's only 3 for 5 for about 20 yards, and no one on the Lone Star offense has really been able to get anything going.
Not yet. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of football left, but DC, way too long to get this offense cranking.
First down and 10. Deep drop, throwing it over, and it's going to be on the flat. And Ike McBride, she stiff arms 2 people in order to get that first down. Looking like Derrick Henry out there.
I tell you what, Jared McChesney must be one of her biggest heroes, because that looked Jared McChesney like they're providing a stiff arm to 2 people in there en route to a big chunk and getting a first down here for Lone Star, much needed to get this offense going.
Under center is going to be Ace Fennec. Fennec with the short drop. Fennec gets the reception, and the receiver is going to take it up to the 48-yard line. Going to make it 2nd and 4. That was Deuce Fennec on the grab.
Trips tight once again by Lone Star. They must have saw something in film, because they've rolled with this play a couple of times now here early on in this contest. We'll see if DC is able to adapt to it.
Second down and 4. See a handoff to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride on the quick handoff is going to barrel down. No, that was Cameron Collier, the fullback. They tried that little quick handoff to the fullback earlier tonight, and it didn't really work. This time, they're able to work it to perfection.
Yeah, like Mexico City, Lone Star likes to get their fullback involved in their offense, and why not? Because, in my opinion, Cameron Collier is one of the better fullbacks in the entire SFL, both running and blocking.
First and 10, they're now across the 50 to the 44-yard line. Fennec's got a lot of time. Throw it right over the middle, and that was going to be just poked out at the last possible moment. Greg Soto tried to get his hands on the ball, but not able to hold on.
Russell, I don't think I've ever seen that before. He dove for that ball and was able to tip it away out of the hands of their intended receiver there. Jack Russell showing why DC wanted this guy on his roster so bad.
Yeah, him and Riley Cuse coming in there, both able to make it work. That was surprising to me. But either way, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Lone Star is going to need to get something going on this drive. Deep drop, throwing it over the middle. That was going to be tipped away. 3rd and 10.
Quarters coverage provided by DC that time, not leaving any zone there to throw that ball into. If they're going to have success on that play, their offensive line is going to give them more time for those zones to open up.
3rd down and 10.
3-2 look out of DC. First time we've seen this tonight.
Yeah, and an empty backfield from Lone Star. Fennec looking around, got time to throw over the middle. That was going to be caught for the first down. Up to the DC Dragons 24-yard line. That is Deuce Fennec on the grab, and Deuce, they've been getting the majority of the yards tonight for this Lone Star offense.
Yeah, thus far they have, and Kanye was trying to rip that ball out with a vicious hit. Deuce was slow to get up, but nonetheless, big first down for Lone Star, trying to flip the momentum of this ball game. 3-3 look out of DC. This is the first time we've seen this look tonight as well.
Yep. Short drop. Throws over the middle, and that was a very risky throw, despite being a short one over the middle. Thrown right into coverage intended for Greg Soto.
Yeah, they're trying to get that ball low and away from the defender there, but unfortunately, Soto was unable to get his hands down there and pick and corral that football. 2nd and 10 for Lone Star. They keep finding themselves in these 2nd and 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. 2nd down and 4. I mean, 2nd down and 10. Sorry, I saw the ball was on the 24-yard line. Relatively deep drop from Mace Fennec. Fennec's got a lot of time to throw. He's going to chuck it down to McBride. And McBride able to turn a blown-up play into something. Gains 3 yards, although she was running for probably about a net total of, like, what, 7 or 8?
It was more than that. The field is 35 yards wide, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. But Ike McBride just, wow, that's what I was talking about right there. Just Ike McBride and Colin Collier, they just work so well together.
So it's 3rd and 7. Lone Star just outside the red zone. This is something that they need. Gonna lob it deep, and that one's gonna be caught in bounds by Dave Axis. What a play!
What a play indeed, but you can thank their offensive line for giving them that time, because that was a slow developing play, and Dave Axis was able to get that ball and tiptoed down the sidelines for that reception.
So now it's gonna bring up 1st and goal on DC's 7-yard line. Handoff once again to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride's going to gain a few yards. Not a bad run for anybody, really.
Yeah, once you get down here in the red zone, it's going to be, yards, whether they're running or passing, going to be tough sledding because the defense is packed in tight.
And it's going to be 2nd and goal, thrown short. That's going to get in. Touchdown glory.
Trips tight. Once again, like I said earlier, they caught it a number of times today, and Dave Axis, the beneficiary of this touchdown, DC's going to find a way to adapt to this because every time they use it, they had success.
Yeah, they know what they're doing and they know what they do best. But Lone Star finally gets something on the board. I mean, it's been a struggle through these first few quarters, but through the first quarter, but now Lone Star's offense finally able to put together a really good drive. You know, that was a really good drive.
We got a close-up of that shoot game of Lone Star, and I'm very impressed. Those are some nice shoots they got on. You know what's so impressive about that touchdown? When Dave got it, he originally corralled that ball in his right hand, but as he was crossing the pylon, moved the ball over to the left hand to make that a touchdown.
Yeah, that's just smart football there from Dave Axis. You know, switching hands, getting it closer to the goal line. You know, you don't want to risk it. And Lone Star is now making it a 21-7 game with about 7 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first half.
Dave Axis is one of the biggest divas the SFL has, but that was a smart football play right there. Gotta give him credit.
The Dragons are going to take it up to the 31-yard line. I mean, really, I can't think of a single criticism for this DC Dragons offense so far tonight. Synergy's got over 100 yards and is perfect through the air today. Kevin Say, of course, also has got a lot of yards of his own. Really, I can't think of a single fault this Dragons offense has had tonight. Hand off to Kevin Say to the outside, and Kevin Say, Lone Star, they knew what was coming and they just went for it. Nice job.
Nice job, but you want to talk about patience. The man is behind the backfield, and he's doing a stutter go. I mean, that's a lot of confidence in your O-line, you know, holding up for you.
You had to be stutter stepping, you know, behind the line of scrimmage. So it's 2nd and 8. Handoff once again to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say's got some room to the outside. They fell for it again, Lone Star, and the Dragons are they're running it down their throats.
Every time they come out in this formation, they've run a stretch play, and Lone Star's yet to adapt to it. I'm not sure they saw something on film or what, but this has been a staple of their running game throughout this contest thus far. And every time, like I say, they run it, here's Coach Craven again, you know, running downfield to get a tackle, but he's doing it 20, 30 yards downfield. That's not something you want to do as a linebacker.
Yeah, I can attest as a linebacker, you don't want to get us running. We tire out very quickly. We want to get those plays stopped on the line. So going to hand it off to Kevin Say once again. That is the sort of play you want to be seeing as a linebacker.
It is, but I like the play by DC. It didn't net any yards, but running up the middle just going to keep this defense thinking, and instead of having those linemen line up to the line of scrimmage with their shoulder already outside the tackles.
Yeah, you got to keep the defense guessing, and stuff like that is exactly what you need.
Shabazz changing the play.
And he's going to look downfield. No, it's going to be a short throw to Kevin Say. He tried to go downfield, try to find something to work, but no, and he goes with the safe throw.
He did, but again, it was like I said earlier, it was an intelligent play. There was nothing open downfield. It was a 3-step drop. You got to get that ball out your hands because you got people like Duke and Rukin looking to take his head off.
3rd and 8. It's going to be 3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top for the Dragons. And it's going to be a nice short throw over the middle, and they're going to get another first down. The Dragons seem to have 2 plays in their main arsenal, and it's going to be a throw like that, just a slant throw over the middle, tax the short zone, and that outside run. And I mean, hey, they're up 21-7. Why would you change anything?
Kingston Ellington with only a second catch of the ball game, but both of them have been on 3rd down, and both of them have moved the chains.
Hand off to Kevin Say to the outside, and Kevin Say runs into a Lone Star Glory member only a few yards after he got the handoff. And actually, no, that's Shug Targaryen, the other running back that the Dragons employ.
I could be mistaken on this, but I think that's his first carry of the season.
I mean, hey, welcome back to the SFL show. Got a few yards. Short drop, throw over the middle. It's going to be caught, and it's going to be first and goal.
They can thank their offensive line for that play because there was a 3-step drop, and you had Jukin Rukin, who was looking to take his head off once again, but the offensive line stood up tall, and so did the quarterback, and able to get that ball downfield for a first down.
First down and goal. Ball's on the 10. Short drop from Shabazz Synergy. It's going to be another throw over to Kevin Say. And Kevin Say gets lit up in the backfield. Tackled by a trio of Lone Star Glory defenders.
Yeah, there was nothing open. They wanted the out route, but Lone Star took that away, so he checked it down to his tailback. Look for that stretch play again.
Yep, and no, they're actually going to throw it. Another throw over to Kevin Say. Kevin Say, they tried to do it twice, and the one thing that Lone Star is really keyed in on is that exact play.
Yeah, they have. They haven't had success with the stretch play, but they have defended the screen pretty well.
So it's third and goal. Balls on the 10. DC looking to go up 28-7. Drop back from Shabazz Synergy. Goes for the end zone. Goes to the back. Picked off in the back of the end zone. Look who made the pick. Evan Lacey. In the game where they paid tribute to him, he's able to get the stop at the back of the end zone. Keeps the game from going too far out of hand.
How fitting for Evan Lacey to come down with that interception. The first bad decision Shabazz has made all night, and Lacey made him pay for it.
What an amazing play. And again, great thing in honor and in tribute to Evan Lacey. As they're going to hand it off to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride gains 3 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 7 for the Glory.
I'm calling it right now. I know there's a lot of football left, and we've seen some great plays today, including the one-handed catch by the tight end for St. Louis. But that's got to be a diva moment right there, and he should be at least a nominee.
Couldn't agree with you more there, Eddie. Is going to be 2nd and 7. Deep drop. Throwing it over to Ike McBride, and a nice catch. Ike McBride's got some room to the outside. Ike McBride turning a play that usually gets you 3 or 4 yards into a game that gained her 15.
Lone Star looking to bit off that momentum from the Evan Lacey interception. Gets Ike McBride involved in open space. That's always dangerous. Can Lone Star build some momentum off of that interception? We'll see after this 2-minute warning.
Don't go anywhere, folks. The 2-minute warning here on Twitch. DC may be up 21-7, but the Glory are driving and have momentum on their side. Can they get some points on the board and make it a manageable game heading into the half? We'll have to see to find out. Deep drop there. Pump fake from Ace Fennick, and Ace Fennick got caught up with the pressure. Too much put on him. And nearly down he goes, but the pressure was applied.
That may have been a blessing in disguise because you couldn't see it from the camera angle, but no one was open. And I think that ball was intended to go down the seam where Kanye Rockefeller was waiting to take that one back.
2nd down and 10. Coming out in the heavy set are Lone Star Glory. And it's going to be a drop from Fennick. It's going to be a nice little throw over to Ike McBride again, gaining a yard.
3rd and 9 coming up for this DC Dragons defense. Can they make the plays? We haven't heard much from Exodus O'Brien, but it'd be a great time for him and this DC Dragons team to step up.
3rd down and 9. Drop, throw. That one's going to be incomplete. The Dragons break up the deep bomb. Eric Guger on the deflection, and it's going to be 4th down and 9. Lone Star not able to capitalize on their momentum.
Yeah, Eric saved the touchdown right there because if he doesn't get a hand on that ball, Greg Soto is still running.
Yeah. So it's 4th and 9 for the Glory, and they got to punt it away. Not what they wanted to do. Punt is high. And it's going to be long fielded at about the 20, and it's going to be taken up to the 25-yard line. So DC had their first. What?
Kanye is a free safety made 2 people miss right there. You don't often see that from a free safety.
Well, you may not often see that from a free safety, but you do occasionally see it from a returnman.
I guess
so Shabazz Synergy made his.
About that.
So Shabazz, after making his first mistake, is going to just come out and hand it off to Kevin Say. Kevin Say gains a yard on the play. I mean, just look at those stat comparisons. Kevin Say, 158 yards so far tonight. Ike McBride, she just has 12 total. I mean, really, what can't be said about Kevin Say that we haven't already said tonight?
Probably about 90% of those yards came off the same play on three occasions.
2nd and 9 now for the Dragons. Synergy's got a lot of time in the pocket. Gonna be a nice little throw to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say gains about, they're gonna say no gain, no loss.
Yeah, none at all. And you want to see that ball come out earlier to allow Kevin Say to corral that ball in space, make a man miss, and perhaps get some nice yardage downfield.
Third down and 9 for the Glory. For the Dragons, apologies, folks. With 42 seconds remaining in the half. Deep drop from
nice
Synergy,
catch.
and he's going to fire a laser downfield. What a throw by Shabazz Synergy, and what a catch on the other end from K. Marion.
K. Marion stepped up on a skinny post, got behind the corner, caught it in front of the safety, knowing the hit was coming. I couldn't tell if that was quarters coverage or what, but that's typically the kryptonite for quarters coverage is a skinny post.
Yeah, that was Evan Lacey on the tackle, saving the touchdown. Banfield also out here wearing the number 4 in solidarity with the Lone Star Glory. With 37 seconds remaining, DC is looking to throw this one deep. Got a lot of time. He's going to throw it over the middle. Shabazz Synergy able to get the ball moving down the field up to the 36.
Call the
Come
timeout.
out in the hurry up. Once again, it's got a lot of time. Gonna go with the same play again. Fired like a missile down the field. And DC, despite throwing an interception in the previous drive, Josh Gill on the grab. Again, beyond that interception, they've been on fire.
Yeah, you see Coach Craven there on the replay going out, and that was close to a late hit. Going out to defend the sidelines, and the ball is whizzing right past them. Right now, DC is playing chess, while Lone Star's defense is playing checkers.
So the ball's now down to the 14. Short drop. Looking around is Shabazz Synergy as he goes down. DC not going to take the timeout. Instead, they're going to come out in the hurry up. Split back with 3 wide is the formation. A nice short throw, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Surprised they didn't call the timeout on the last play.
I am surprised as well. However, I do like the decision by Shabazz right there. There was, again, nothing open downfield. He elects to chuck it, dump it off in the flat, get what you can out of it, call a timeout, and bring in a field goal unit.
And so they're just going to take the field goal here from Don Wilson. Wilson, the kick is away, and it's going to be good from 30 out. And barring a kick return touchdown, which now they say it probably will happen, they will go in with a 24-7 lead.
They're going to kick this ball off, and they do not have a contract kicker, so this ball's going to probably fall short of the end zone, and they'll have an opportunity to score here. We'll see if they can somehow try to get some momentum heading into half.
Yeah, that's all Lone Star needs. They just need the shot at the touchdown. Kick is away, and it's going to be fielded at about the 20. Taking up, or actually by around the 15, and the Glory are not going to get anything going. 1st and 10. Well, that doesn't really matter, as we're going to be bringing it to halftime here in Denton, Texas. The Dragon have been controlling this game over the Lone Star Glory. After 2 quarters of play, it's 24-7 here in Denton.
24-7 here in Denton. No one saw this coming, and it so far has been the story of Kevin Say, who's been capitalizing off some stretch plays to the outside that thus far Lone Star was not prepared to handle, as they capitalized off it time and time again for long runs down the field. That, along with a few vertical passes downfield, and DC find themselves up big by 17 points, as you see the replay here, and they've just been controlling Lone Star on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, forcing a number of 3 and outs by this Lone Star offense. And wow, don't look now, fans, but those of you guys survivor pool who have Lone Star winning this game are sweating right now.
I mean, hey, whoever didn't pick Lone Star, you know, they better be making some pretty big, they'd be a lot closer to making some big money. I can assure you that. But yeah, I mean, on the whole, like, you gotta think with Lone Star, there have to be adjustments made. What would you say are like the big 2 or 3 that they need to do?
Number one, you need to tell those defensive ends to keep your outside shoulders free anytime that DC lines up tight, and that I forget what it's called, Joker's paired look, stretching out to the outside. Anytime you see that, just be prepared. Tell your defensive ends, keep that outside shoulder free. Do not allow that man, your left tackle, the tight end that's guarded, that's over you, to control you and bring you back inside, because after that, there is no containment as Lone Star continues to line up in this nickel look. And there's been a number of times while in this nickel look, they're on the weak side of the field, leaving one less defender to block, and it's just clear sailing from there once he can get past that first defender.
Yeah, I mean, just on the whole, Lone Star, there's a lot they need to improve, but they do get the ball to start the second half. So there's at least a silver lining to this whole thing. 24-7 is the score coming into this. And again, if the Glory want to really be in this and they want to win this game, it's almost like a must-score drive, even with so much football left to play.
Oh, I totally agree. And to me, sounded like Chad there, but I would like to see Lone Star, benefit and play off of Ike McBride and their fullback Cameron Collier, and get Greg Soto involved a bit more.
And they've done well so far as Lone Star gets good field position up to the 30.
Great starting field position. Your entire playbook is open at your disposal. Lone Star, what are you going to do with it?
Well, part of the answer to that question is going to be to come out in a heavy set. Possibly a handoff to Ike McBride is going to be in the cards. No, it's actually going to be a throw, but they're still going to throw it to Ike McBride. And Ike McBride, she gains a few yards. Not bad at all.
Anything positive is any positive play, you can build off of, and perhaps you can catch these corners, maybe in a cover 2 look, trying to defend those flats, and next thing you know, the ball is going over their head on a corner route.
2nd and 7. 2 wide at the top, 1 wide at the bottom. Fennick, deep drop. Fennick goes over the middle, and that one's nearly picked off. Clint Hendershot got his hands up, but just dropped the interception.
Yeah, he did. He's a linebacker, so we'll forgive him. But DC came out of there, and I believe it was 3 strong there, and they had that play covered up pretty well.
Yeah, they did everything they needed to. By all intents and purposes, from a defensive standpoint, that's the perfect play. 3rd and 7 in Lone Star, empty backfield, expect a deep throw. Short drop, deep throw over the middle, and that one was caught! Greg Soto going up, catching it, bringing it down.
50-50 ball with Kanye Rockefeller, who I believe has 46 interceptions on his resume coming into this contest. Unable to get in position to make the play there, but he did get the receiver on the ground, which is very important because you don't want to allow any momentum by this Lone Star offense.
Did what they need to do, but now Lone Star is driving. Ball down to the 44-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Fennec around, and that one was nearly picked off. Oh, that was a very risky throw. Eric Guger got his hands up, but just was not able to hold on.
Yeah, had he found a way to collect that interception, there was no one but slow offensive lineman and a quarterback to beat.
Second and 10, 3 wide to the top, 1 wide to the bottom. Empty backfield look for the Glory. Fennec has got a lot of time in the pocket, throws it short, and the DC defender jumps on the ball, and that was not going to go anywhere. Clint Hendershot once more gets his hands up with the pass deflection.
Clint has 1 interception so far in the season, dropped 2 of them today that could have been interceptions. I would have liked to see that ball go towards Dave Axis, as he had a 50-50 ball over there with the corner. Instead, they elected to dump it all short where there was no possibility of completing that play. And once again, Lone Star is going to line up in this gun straight.
Third down and 10, and this empty backfield look for Glory once more. The Glory go over the sideline. What a catch! Greg Soto going up, putting 2 hands up, coming down with the football. That is what they teach you at the wide receiver camps.
As I said earlier, he's one of the better route runners in this league, and he grabs that ball at his highest point and outstretches Guger there for the reception.
Yeah, you got to get the ball high, and, you know, Greg Soto's a great guy to throw to when you need those balls and you need them high. First and 10, going to be a quick handoff to Cameron Collier, and the quick handoff works almost to perfection for the Glory. Gained 4 yards.
And see, this is what I was talking about right here. You want to compliment these running backs. You got Cameron and Ike back there who've been productive, although they've been out of the backfield with receptions. But you give this defense something to think about, and it makes those running lanes open up just a bit more. We can get that ball downfield, get those receivers involved as well.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, you know, you can at least catch the defense sleeping with a quick handoff. And they're going to try and catch DC sleeping with a quick throw. Not going to be able to fool him that time. The linebacker didn't even have to take a step to block that one.
I think that was a hot read. I think that's an arrow route that they tried to attempt right there. And Clint never even took a back pedal, so he was right there to knock that ball away.
Third down and 6. Empty backfield look for the Glory. Looking around is Ace Fennec. Ace Fennec going to the sideline. Greg Soto, he had the ball in his hands, but not his feet on the ground. 4th and 6.
They may challenge it because I thought he got his left foot maybe in bounds, but we'll see. And there it is.
And yep, Coach Craven not satisfied with the call. In the SFL, you only need 1 foot in bounds, so let's take a look at the play.
Yeah, I thought they might have got that left foot down, but it was close.
You know, and of course, you know, we have to make it conclusive here.
Right foot down.
It's really hard because the camera cuts off right above his foot.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the right foot was down before or after he made the catch. And they're going to rule it a reception, so they're going to reverse this call that was made on the field, and Lone Star is going to get to continue this drive.
Yeah, R62 clearly saw something that we didn't here in the commentary booth. And Lone Star keeps the drive alive. Ball's down to the 5, and it's first and goal.
Strong jokers.
Hand off to Ike McBride. Ike McBride finds the hole. She was nearly able to get it into the end zone, but blown up at the 1 yard line by Jack Russell, the strong safety.
Jack Russell, he's been living near the line of scrimmage throughout this contest, and he was right there again and saved the touchdown.
Yeah, like the dog, he's much like the Jack Russell Terrier, getting the nip at the goal line, stopping everything. Hand off to Cameron Collier, though, and that quick handoff to the fullback works to perfection, and it's a touchdown for the Glory.
I did not like that play call by DC. They did not have a goal line or a 5-2 front. It looks like this week, and they paid for it there because having that extra defender in there could have been a difference between them settling for 3 or scoring this touchdown.
Yeah, they went way too soft on the defense, and it's going to be pending the extra point now, a 10-point game. Lone Star, and there's still a lot of time, too. I said to a certain extent that this is a must-score drive, and they got the score. Kicks away, nearly blocked. It's going to be through. Lone Star has made this a ball game once again, and if they can get the stop on this upcoming drive, it's going to be a much closer ball game than even the scoreboard will make it seem.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is for one play to change the momentum of any ball game, and Lone Star suddenly find themselves down only 10 points.
Kick is away, and it's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line, taking it past the 20 up to the 32. So, if you're a DC at this point, you almost kind of just have to keep working what's working, because that's how it got you 24 points. You know, it's for a team that's been kind of struggling on offense this year, this might be one of their best nights, and honestly, why wouldn't you just keep up what works?
We shall see. A lot of football left.
Deep drop there from Shabazz Synergy, and Synergy
wow.
throws it basically like Snake Eye throws it to Kevin Say, and Say gets right back up to the line of scrimmage and not a single yard more.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him that he couldn't stay in bounds because there was about 10 yards between him and the nearest defender. He'd have picked up at least a good 5 or 6.
Possibly even more considering how he's been running tonight. 2nd and 10. Quick drop there from Shabazz Synergy. Synergy goes deep over the middle, tries to throw it over the top of Doug Day, but Doug Day getting his arm up and swatting it down. 3rd and 10.
I think that may have been the first time tonight I've seen Lone Star deploy a 3 robber, and it almost worked to perfection there as they fooled the quarterback, Shabazz Synergy, and almost baited him into an ill-advised interception.
Yeah, you just need, you need to think they're going to have that over-the-top route, or they're going to have that open route over the middle. They can throw it kind of low, and then all of a sudden in comes Doug Day, stops the play in its tracks. 3rd and 10. Quick drop, throwing it, that was picked up. Oh, what a throw and what a catch from the coach, Brian Craven. Got beat out a few times tonight in the first half on the running game. Makes up more for it by just catching a simple interception.
You know, they fooled Shabazz Synergy on that play, and they fooled me too because when he lined up, I thought it was man. It turned out to be zone. Shabazz didn't see it, was seeing ghosts out there and threw an ill-advised pass. And don't look now, LSG fans, but this ball game is far from over.
Split backs, 3 wide receivers is the call from Lone Star. Looking around, going to be a simple throw over to Ike McBride. Ike McBride! Jeez Louise. Just trucked through the defender as she picks up the first down.
I want to tell Cam to clip that and tell him that girls can tackle too. Girls can hit too. Did you see Ike lower the shoulder and put her helmet into his chest plate and almost separated him?
1st and 10, Lone Star down to the 26-yard line. Deep drop there from Ace Fennick, and Ace Fennick gets it off to Dave Axis, and Dave Axis gains 8 on the reception.
To no surprise, Dave Axis has sleeves on tonight. It could be 80 degrees outside, and he's going to come out there with sleeves on. Truly a diva.
Yeah, must be a Floridian, you know. Anything below 95 is considered freezing.
He's from California, so you know.
Same difference, really. Throws over to the sideline, and it's going to be caught for first and goal. Nice throw and catch there from Ace Fennec to, I think that was Deuce Fennec on the reception.
Yeah, it was. I think that was Greg Soto actually who caught that ball, who was lined up that time at the Z. It was a surprise because you usually see him lined up as an X receiver.
I mean, either way, it was still a good throw and a good catch. Greg Soto and Deuce Fennec both have been having great games so far tonight. Quick drop, throws over the middle, caught! Touchdown glory! And folks, this is a one-possession ball game once more.
Deuce Fennec just caught an inside slant. There was no one there as the defense was sagging back into the end zone. And before they could react, he was already walking in front of them. And this, all of a sudden, is about to be a 3-point contest.
DC was expecting the throw to the back of the end zone. Lone Star tricked them, and they threw it to the front. And barring the extra point here, it's going to be a 3-point ball game.
Mexico City just scored again. I mean, they've come out and opened up the floodgates out in front of Tulsa, 45-21.
Yeah, Tulsa looked good the last 3 weeks. However, the second half against Mexico City has just not gone their way. Mexico City, of course, trying to jockey themselves for some better position in the playoff race. And, well, tonight, they're doing a dang good job at it.
Doug Day is on the sideline saying that the coach threatened to take away his Twinkies had he not started making more of an impact in this game.
Hey, you know, don't ever get between Doug Day and his Twinkies. As there's going to be a flag on the play, flag on the return. Look to be right at the point of impact, so it may have been some sort of holding.
I think this is coming back on the offense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Unfortunate.
exactly what's going to be. Or no, it's against the Dragon.
Yeah,
yep.
The offense.
Flipping is the call.
Yep. Bad starting field position for this DC team, which is not what they needed, trying to hold on to this lead. 21 straight unanswered points by Lone Star.
Yeah, they do kind of need to get some points up on the board, or at least pin Lone Star deep if they want to hold on to this lead and hold on to that excellent performance from the first half. Quick drop from Synergy. And Synergy, even with taking that deep of a drop, is going to take a massive sack, losing about 7 yards as Jukin Rukin hits him, forcing him to the ground.
It was only a matter of time before Jukin Rukin found a way to make an impact in his game of his own. And him, along with Al Lewis, got Shabazz down to the ground. And this is not what DC needed, deep in their own end.
2nd and 17. Deep drop from DC, throwing to the sideline. Caught by Jeff Banfield, basically able to perform some good damage control, making it a 3rd and 12.
DC right now is in a dilemma. Deep in their own end, it's 3rd and 12. Do you get aggressive and try to get the first down, or do you play conservative and try to avoid the mistake and punt this ball back? Looks like they're playing aggressive here.
Yeah, they're playing aggressive, and you kind of have to when you're in this position. Shabazz Synergy throwing it deep over the middle, and what worked before doesn't work again. The throw to Josh Gill goes to the ground, and Lone Star has come alive on offense and defense this second half.
Complete, but I'm telling you right now, DC is on the sideline celebrating because that could have been an interception, leaving Lone Star with very short field position.
Snaps right where it needs to be, and the punt is away from Ron Van Cleef. Fielded at the 45, and oh man! aiming right for the helmet, but really, can you blame them? Going to bring up 1st and 10 now. Lone Star. They are about 56 yards away from taking the lead.
Yeah, Jack, in that other no fun league, that would have been unnecessary roughness and probably flag for targeting and kicked out of the game. Out here where the big boys play, it's play on.
Yeah, Lone Star be starting the drive over on like the 20, from all the penalty yardage. But now Ace Fennec, looking around, got some time to throw, and he had the time. And it seems weird that he was throwing such a careless throw. Pass deflection made by Clint Hendershot.
At this rate, Clint Hendershot is going to lead the league in pass deflections. I think that's his 3rd just on tonight. Reminded me of my own teammate, B.J. Lovelace, who seemed he can't catch a cold, let alone a football.
So it's 2nd and 10. Lone Star running with only one man in the backfield, 3 wide. Looking around now is Ace Fennec, and Fennec threads the needle. Gets it across, gets the first down, and a yard or 2 on top of that. Adam Williams, the tight end, with his first grab tonight.
His first grab tonight, but I thought that ball should have went to Greg Soto, who was more open and would have been a less of a dangerous throw. But I'm sure Coach Craven and company were on the sidelines sweating when that ball was thrown.
Yeah, but with quarterbacks, sometimes they like to think that they know what the coaches don't, as they're going to do a nice little handoff to Cameron Collier, and Cameron Collier is going to exploit this Dragons defense. Another interesting utility that you could find for that play is the fact that, you can kind of use that as just a way to tire out the D-line. If they're constantly trying to get those sorts of plays stopped, then, you buy yourself more time on the passes.
Yeah, keeping that defense on the field keeps their offense off the field as well. Look at Adam Williams, wide open. There you go.
Yep, and look at that. Just a nice little short throw, going to get the first down and a few yards on top of that, getting it down to the 30. I think that was Dave Axis on the reception.
Yeah, the minute the quarterback said hike, you knew where that football was going. They left him wide open at the top.
Really, that's all you can ask for, not much more. Lone Stars taking control of this ball game, down now to the DC 30. Looking around now, throwing it on the flat. That was a risky throw. Trying to get it to Dave Axis. The pass was broken up by Eric Guger, and if he had picked that off, that would have been going the other way for 6 points.
That was actually David Leathers who broke that pass up, and that was very impressive because he knew he had help over the top, but it's always hard to gamble when you're headed toward that sideline. If it's a double move, you put the defense in a very precarious position.
Second and 10 now. Short drop. Going to throw the nice short throw over to Cameron Collier. And Cameron Collier getting gain 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 here. Lone Star looking to get a big first down. If they can't really get this one, it's going to be hard for them to get it. And Cameron Collier just barrels down like a good fullback. I don't actually know. That was Zach McBride, the halfback, running like a fullback, just storming through the line, and is able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, but did you see the blocking that he got from his fullback, Cameron Collier? My goodness. From her fullback, Cameron Collier. That was some great blocking up front.
First and 10, now down to DC 17-yard line. Quick drop. Gonna throw it to the end zone. Caught! The glory of taking lead as Deuce Fennec runs essentially the same play as the last touchdown, only this time with more style.
Yeah, it looked like the same play, just a different formation. And Lone Star has scored 28 straight points. And this has got to be depressing if you're a DC fan, but this ball game is not over yet.
DC started the game 21-0, and now is going to be down 28-24.
No snap.
As the Glory have firmly retaken control of the ball game.
Yeah, one thing I have not seen out of this DC offense is what we've seen working for them the entire first half, and that's that stretch play out of the I formation.
Yeah, apart from that, it's just not been quite as good for them so far, as the Glory are now set to kick it right back to the Dragons, whose offense has been kind of anemic in the second half. Kick is high as it's away, fielded at around the 10-yard line, taking a pass to 20, and there's going to be a fumble! Who's going to pick it up? Who's got it? I can't tell who has it. I think it's the Dragons.
Yeah, DC has it. Talk about dodging the bullet.
Yeah, that one was really scary. If the Glory had picked that one up, it would have been a devastating blow.
DC's offense has died in the second half throughout this season. Can they find a way to muster down the field?
Quick drop in DC. Yes! If there was any play to get some to reinvigorate your offense, I think that one is a good one to start off with, as Jeff Banfield gets it across the first down marker, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I thought that ball was headed for Kay Marion. She ran a hitch route, but Sabaz had other plans.
First down and 10. Deep drop for Synergy, and Synergy caught up in some pressure, forced to just throw it down incomplete.
Guess who?
Jukin Rukin with the major pressure.
Yeah, you can only hold that man down for so long.
So now it's 2nd down and 10. Quick drop there from Shabazz Synergy, throwing on the flats. And it's going to be a gain of 9. And nice throw and catch to Jeff Banfield, making it a 3rd down and 1.
3rd down and 1. Talk about an important down. I know there's a lot of football left still, but, I mean, DC has lost all the momentum that they've gained so far. And I like to see them come out in that Joker's pair again with that stretch and see what they can get out of it.
Well, they're coming out in the empty backfield. These are always interesting plays here in the Simulation Football League. Synergy.
Wow.
Looking around, tries to thread the needle once again. That one's going to fall to the ground incomplete.
Had it in his hand, but was knocked out of there. With no threat of a running game, those linebackers just dropped back into coverage, made it very difficult to create a passing lane, and that ball fell to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, so far, since DC started with 3 straight touchdowns, pretty much all but one drive has ended in either a interception or a punt. As that punt's high and away. And, well, hey, that was actually a pretty good punt, all things considered, as Lone Stars now backed up to their own 3-yard line.
It is, but why allow that ball to hit the ground? You're taught as a returner, if it's outside the 5, you do not allow that ball to hit the ground.
Yeah, true. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third. Lone Star up 24-28. You're watching the Simulation Football League here on Twitch. Hand off to Cameron Collier as Cameron gains 4 yards. Not a bad run at all. And is now able to give Lone Star a little bit more breathing room.
All things considered, that's a great play. Deep in your own end, you're able to pick up 4 yards when the defense knows you want to run the ball. That's great production out of the offense.
Never mind on a play that DC has somewhat figured out earlier tonight. Seems to have kind of lost that.
Great
Second down is going to be a nice throw to Deuce Fennick, as Deuce Fennick has over 80 yards tonight on 7 receptions alongside 2 passing touchdowns.
Great defense is better offense. Quick out route, 3-yard out, and catching the ball at its highest point outside. Great offense there by Lone Star. Adam Williams is open again at the top of the screen. Oh, this time he cuts inside. Oh!
Oh! Whoa, that was kind of a risky throw there to Dave Axis, as if that one had been picked off, he would have just taken it the other way for a touchdown.
If David Levis can find a way to hold on to that football, he's going to run about 5 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, but now Zuderfeld, basically underneath his goalposts, has to punt this one away.
DC's going to get good starting field position.
Punt is high, nearly blocked. That's going to be fair caught at the 39-yard line. What field position does DC have?
Great starting field position. And Mighty RX, always late to the party. The first thing he always does when he pops up is put those big eyeball emojis on the screen every time he comes in.
Yeah, we got quite the vibrant community here at the SFL. That's going to be first down and 10. Deep drop there.
Gotta get rid of it.
Bad synergy, and synergy blown up by not one, not two, but three Lone Star Glory defensive linemen. Really, it's going to be kind of hard to pin that sack on any one person, but they're going to say Al Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot continue to pat the football like that in this situation. You got your tailback, Kevin Say, who leads the team in receptions, out in the flat, begging for the football. He does not get it. Dave Axis types in Diva 315. Of course he is.
Deep drop is going to be a nice little throw over the middle. Able to do some damage control is Shabazz Synergy. Catch made by K. Marion.
DC has to take advantage of the starting field position and find a way to turn his drive into points as the third quarter concludes.
Get your fours up in chat, folks. They mean more than ever this week. Get your fours up. Get your 86s up. Get both them up and show them loud and proud here in the chat. You're watching the SFL on Twitch as the Glory up 28-24. But the Dragons, they still got a lot in the tank. Let's see what happens here.
Gun straight look for DC once again. Corners lined up tight.
Yeah. And they're going to throw it deep. A 50-50 ball. Banfield on the catch. Leans forward up to the goal line. And, well, DC looked dead in the water, but Jeff Banfield goes up, catches it, and runs it basically to the goal line.
Banfield got separation from the corner, but that's an even better throw from Sebastian Synergy. Perhaps his best throw of the night, as there was not much room to fit that ball in. I thought it was going to get batted down.
Yeah, Shabazz needed a dot, and he threw a dot. As is now first down and goal. Hand off to Kevin Say to the outside. Kevin Say tries to spin around, but not going to get it going. Second and goal.
I've been calling for that stretch play. This time they got it. I think that was tight end flex. But he didn't have the extra blocker out there. And he almost got into the end zone, but just did not have the foot speed to get there.
Yeah, he almost got in even when he was basically on his own.
Here's
second and goal. Hand off to Kevin Say, running to the outside. DC has taken back the lead. Touchdown, Dragons.
I've been clamoring for it this entire second half. They finally come out with it. And as soon as they lined up and I saw the look, you knew it was if that defensive end didn't get him, he's going to walk into the end zone. And I can guarantee you, coming up this next week, that Lone Star's going to be practicing how to defend that play, because whoever they play next, it's probably going to be in their playbook.
Yeah, they know that other teams know what to do against them. And the Glory now back on the back foot, and DC back in the lead. Pending the extra point, it's going to be 31-28 with just a smidge under 10 minutes to go. Kick is up and it's through. 31-28. Eddie, we've been having ourselves a barnstormer of a game tonight.
Oh, we have indeed. DC came out, set the tone, set the pace for how this game was going to go. Lone Star responded, in the second half, and DC, when they needed it, came up big. But this game isn't over yet.
As the kick is away from Wilson, feel that around the 10-yard line, going to take it past the 20, not going to get anything more. 28-yard lines where the Glory are going to set up shop. Deuce Fennick, the man on the return.
DC is probably going to be on the move for a kicker this offseason to try and eliminate this starting field position that their opposition continues to get week in and week out.
And it's going to be a free play for the Glory. Another throw down to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride charges forward, gets about 5 or 6, but I think they're just going to take the penalty yards.
They're going to take the penalty, get a free extra down.
That's exactly what they're going to do. It's going to be a neutral zone infraction. And, well, folks, you know, if you're liking what you're seeing here and you want to learn more about it, don't forget to visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, join the community, the league, and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games and thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, as there's another free play gifted to the Glory, but it doesn't really matter as they're going to get the first down anyway.
Yeah, they're going to decline a penalty this time. I mean, which is what the running back definitely wants, because they want every last yard on their stat sheet.
Yeah, for Ike McBride, you know, she's been having a pretty good season. You know, she's easily like, you know, a solid, like, you know, upper echelon halfback here in the SFL, and getting more yards onto the stat sheet she's getting.
You were talking about the SFL on their website and Discord a moment ago. I've been noticing we've been getting a number of new people in that lately.
And that's what you always love to see here in the SFL, right? New faces, new places to join amongst our crew here. Don't be shy, you know, we got a lot of friendly faces as Ike McBride gains 5 yards on the run.
5 yards, opens up the entire playbook at your disposal. Do they get aggressive here?
So now it's 2nd and 5 in the offset eye with one man to the bottom of the screen for the Glory. Handoff right up the middle of Cameron Collier. And the second half so far, that little fullback handoff, the quick one to Cameron Collier, it's been working wonders for the Glory.
Cameron Collier, like I said, one of the better fullbacks in the entire league, and just having one on your roster, you see what it does for your offense, because it just creates so many opportunities. And on this fullback dive, you got the tailback headed to the flat. It just gives you so much field to defend.
1st and 10, ball's right on midfield. The Glory is going to hand it off to Ike McBride, and Ike McBride not going to get anything, loses a yard, they're going to say, on forward progress, or lack thereof. John Gary, the defensive end, storming for the tackle.
Yeah, first time we heard his name in a while, but what a time to come up big and set up 2nd and long. Look at this defense. I think they're playing 2 corners here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from up here. Short drop, throwing it over to Ike McBride. Kind of does a little hop step when catching the football, as she's able to get it back up to a 3rd and manageable. Looks like a 3rd and 5.
Cornerback John DeSantis just got sent to the shadow realm, like T. Roy Gaines like to say.
Third down and 5, 3 wide to the bottom, no one to the top with one man in the backfield. Quick drop, thrown to the flat, and they're not. And Dave Axis, he caught the ball, not across the line. 4th and 1, ball's on DC's 40.
First time we've seen them line up in that trip set in quite some time. And this time they fell just short of the end zone. It looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down, or at least show that they're going for it.
Expect a quick handoff to Cameron Collier. No, they're going to hand off.
Short!
Off to Ike McBride. And DC's defense, John Gary once again, coming up with a massive stop. He's got the inverse of Alex Dominguez's number, 96, but he shows that he's got just as much skills as Big Sexy down in Florida.
I like that, the inverse of his number. You're exactly right. That's the second time we called his name on this drive. Second time is for a tackle for loss. None bigger than that one right there.
So now the Dragons, they can assert control of the game with a score here. Hand off to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say gains 2 yards. You know, at this point, you're kind of half controlling the clock, half trying to actually move down the field. It's a very interesting spot to be in for an offense.
But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there, though. Juke and Rukin kept his outside shoulder free and forced Kevin Say to cut back inside where Juke and Rukin's help is.
Yeah, the tackle was made by Evan Lacey. 2nd and 8. Short drop, throwing it over now to Kevin Say. He's going to lose a few yards. 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, you like to see Shabazz hold on to that football just a little bit more and let that play develop. Unfortunately for him, he did not have time because Juke and Rukin once again was barreling down on him.
3rd and 12. It's 4 wide with one single man in the backfield for the Dragons. Shabazz Synergy throwing it deep over the middle, and oh my goodness, the Lone Star defender, Lacey, playing in his memory, goes up and makes a huge play.
Right on cue. I thought the receiver was going to come down with the football, but Evan Lacey had bigger plans.
So now Ron Van Cleef has to punt it away, and DC, they have to hope that Van Cleef gets a good punt here because they cannot keep gambling with field position. Punts away and fielded at about the 22-yard line, taking up to the 30. Not the best punt coverage there from the Dragons, but it was decent.
With 5:21 left in this contest, DC is going to likely have to play the football that they played in the first half defensively because Lone Star's likely going to be going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, there's no reason for them not to at this point, considering how much trust the Lone Star probably has in their defense. Quick drop. Looking around, going to go deep, and that one, much like the other way around, is going to be in the hands and then knocked out of Adam Williams. Kanye Rockefeller, the veteran, on the hit.
Put his head in his chest and buried him to the ground. That's like the 3rd or 4th time we've seen them call this play. And each time they've thrown that ball to Adam Williams, and this time Kanye was waiting for him.
2nd and 10. Needs the 1st down here. Looking around now is Ace Fennec. Fennec going deep, picked off! The Dragons, you said they needed a big second half. And well, Eric Cougar, he's had a lot of chances, but that time he goes up and he grabs it. The Dragons are firmly in control of the ball game. Gonna bring up 1st down and 10. And now the Dragons, they have a good shot here of possibly taking control of the ball game with a touchdown. Deep drop, deep throw, and that one was going to be one of those zone exploits. Not quite able to get it this time.
He needed another half second. Well, that would have been a completion, and they'd have been in field goal range.
Yeah, and really, you know, if you are the Dragons, just getting any sort of points up on the board is, you know, vital at this point of the game. Needing to assert control.
Pair slot right. Haven't seen this all night.
Short drop from Shabazz Synergy, and there's the reason why you didn't see it all night, Eddie. It's because it almost instantaneously results in a sack from number 99, Hugo Reynosa.
Yeah, it's the 3-step drop, and anytime you got something like that, you gotta get your O-line to hold off those 3 interior defensive linemen. One deep.
Drop, throws over the middle, caught threads the needle. Shabazz Synergy gets the ball downfield to Jeff Banfield. And it's now down to the Lone Star 37-yard line. The clock is still moving.
It's the second time we've seen Jeff catch that skinny post in that quarters coverage. I mean, it's kryptonite for this coverage. I don't care if you got Deion Sanders back there. He's just not going to be able to hold him off between a safety, and it's going to be a completion every time.
Yeah, it's a play so good from the offense. There's basically nothing the defense can do but control the play. 1st and 10.
Yeah,
Offset eye, going to be a handoff to Kevin Sang. Kevin Sang gets it to the outside. The Glory got that one way more under control than they usually did, but Kevin Sang still gets 9 yards.
He got 9 yards, but he made the mistake of getting tackled and out of bounds and stopping this clock.
So it's 2nd and 2. Need to get the ball down to the 27-yard line is what the Dragons need. Handoff to Kevin Sang. Kevin Sang's got some room to the outside. Gets it down to the 20. Gains 7 yards additional to what he needed.
I don't think Lone Star has stopped this play all night. Every time they run that stretch play out of this set, it's been positive yardage for DC.
Yeah, it seems to be that the best case scenario that Lone Star can hope for out of that is to only make it like a 7 or 8 yard run as opposed to a touchdown. Same play again for DC as they're going to run it to the outside. Kevin Say, trying to get a little bit too fancy, faces the strong arm of the law from Lone Star.
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder and got Kevin Say down to the ground. Looking to take some frustration out of him.
Second and 6. Handoff, Kevin Say, and Kevin Say gets stuffed at the line, loses a yard, but if you're Lone Star, the greatest concern there, the clock's still moving.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, that's your biggest enemy, and you got to find a way to get this team off the field right here on 3rd down. Because if they find a way to convert, they can just run this clock out.
Not even convert, just, not force a turnover. That's really all DC needs. Looking around, Shabazz Synergy goes over the middle, caught! Touchdown! 2 spins is the recipe from K. Marion, and the Dragons are going to go up by 10 points on top of the Glory.
K. Marion only has 3 catches today, but the other 2 were converted 3rd downs. This one gets a 1st down right outside the outstretched arms of the defense, Freddie Trammell. And don't look now, it's a lot of football left, but with 2:13, Lone Star has to pull out all the stops.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Lone Star down by 10 with 2 minutes, 13 seconds. But, hey, we've seen crazier things happen in the SFL. Kick is away, and it is through. Must score position for the Glory as we're just outside of the 2-minute warning. I'm curious as to see, what they're going to try and do if they can get a play in before the 2-minute warning.
I don't know, but I know one thing. There's a guy in the chat with the name A Boy in D who just said this game is over. Apparently, he has not been in the SFL long enough to know that these games are never over.
No. They are never over until that clock strikes triple zeros. And Lone Star is going to start it off up to the 28. Not the best field position for what they need to do, but it is certainly better than being backed up at their own goal line.
You got the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. Plenty of time to get something going.
Of course, you got to score twice.
Three look. Corners backed off.
Lone Star looking to get it going with a quick pass, and they're able to get the completion. I think that was to Dave Axis. That play, are they going to get the snap off in time? No, they won't. It's the 2-minute warning, folks. Don't go anywhere. DC's up by 10, and Lone Star has got the ball, and they're looking to drive down the field. This is the SFL on Twitch.
Dave Axis, the biggest diva in the SFL, is calling for a deep bomb, but not to himself, but to Greg Soto. The most unselfish thing he's probably said since he's been in this league.
I was about to say, is it really a diva moment if you're not being selfish about it? You know? Quick drop there. Oh! And they're going to go over that deep bomb. DC picks it off. What a play. And number 21, Jack Russell. It's not over yet, folks. It really is not. But the Dragons have really set themselves up for the win.
Easy read for Jack Russell. Dave Axis was the only receiver in the area, and he only had one man to guard over there, so he just kind of shifted his way, even though he had a third of the field, just shifted towards Dave, and look what formation they're coming out in. You know what's coming up. Can they stop it?
Yep.
This time
and
they do.
There's going to be a handoff to Kevin Say, and yes, they actually do stop it this time. Stop them well behind the line, as now Lone Star forced to take their first time out.
Yogi Barr kept his outside shoulder free. Congratulations, young man. 4-yard loss for Lone Star.
2nd and 14 now. The Dragons, if they want to lock up the game, they got to get it up to about the 45, 44-yard line. Handoff now to the outside. Kevin Say, he's got some room to run.
He's hurt.
Evan Lacey.
He's hurt.
Oh no. Yeah, he's going to be out of the game, but DC, you know, they have the 2 halfback set.
They do, and guess
now
who's going to come in for his replacement? Yeah, he got hit trying to spin. He might have just separated his shoulder right there. Might have broken his collarbone.
Yeah. But now Shug Targaryen, the backup, is going to be able to come in.
Dave is asking, why couldn't they hurt him earlier?
Well, you know, football's a cruel mistress and all that. Short drop, throws over the middle. That one's going to be caught. 4th and inches. 4th and inches for the Dragons. And the question becomes really, you want to go for it? You want to go for
Heck no. I'm kicking this ball off. I'm not even. That's how coaches get fired. I'm not. You got your starting tailback, Kevin Say, on the sidelines seeking medical attention, probably on the concussion protocol, along with that separated shoulder he just got. I'm kicking this ball off.
Yeah, that's what Van Cleef's going to do. I mean, hey, you know, sometimes you like to see a little bit of creativity from these teams sometimes, but I get it. I get it. So the Dragons defense is going to have to make one more stop prior to the end of the game, and the ball's going to bounce. Take a few Dragons, bounces down to the 2, down to the 1. Lone Star is going to have to make a 99-yard drive just to even be in contention to win the ball game.
Tough starting field position for Lone Star right here. Only one timeout left, too.
Yeah, only one time. Like that's the real. That on top of everything else, that's another major challenge. Short drop from Fennec. A little bit of a questionable call. That was probably one of the most risky plays I've ever seen in the SFL, and they were lucky that David Leathers was not able to catch it.
Let's go.
2nd and 10. Minute 32 remaining. Ball's on the 1. Lone Star. They've been playing it risky. Another quick drop. Throwing it over on the flat to Dave Axis, and Dave Axis not able to get it out of bounds. It's 3rd and 3.
Precious time coming off that clock.
3 yards what they need to keep the game alive. Throwing it over to Ike McBride, and McBride gets stuffed. 4th down. It's 1 yard for the ball game.
And they're forced to burn their last time out in the process with 90 yards of real estate in front of them.
Never has 1 yard meant so much in a game of football for either of these two teams as it has tonight. Drop,
Great
throwing
catch.
it over the middle, and that one's going to be caught. First down, the Glory keep themselves alive, even if they're holding on by a thread. Looking around is the Glory once again going deep down the middle, and they're going to catch it. Still getting the ball moving, but they're taking time off the clock. The question becomes at some point, when do you spike? And they're going to do that now. Yep.
This is the first time they went to to Deuce Finnegan that play. I would like to see him go to Adam Williams as he was headed toward the sideline. Could have got out of bounds.
Yeah. 48 seconds. And the Glory need basically everything to go their way and more. Quick drop. Throwing it over to the sideline for Ike McBride. No, Cameron Collier, actually. That's the one upside to a play like that, is that Cameron did get out of bounds, although next to no yards were gained.
Yeah, and they can also get out of this set, too, that they were in, because I don't think they had enough plays in there to get them downfield.
44 seconds remaining. It's 3rd down and 8.
Gun straight.
Empty backfield for the Glory.
Corner's playing inside. Corner route may be available to him.
And they're going to go over the top. Oh, my goodness. Dave Axis. That was the same play that just a few seconds ago ended in an interception. But Axis, he had the ball right there, and it fell out of his hands. 4th and 8.
His actually was shade him to the inside. I thought he had a step on him, but he was able to get up there and bat that ball down, save a touchdown.
So this is everything. DC playing for their first win since October of 2017. Deep down the middle for Lone Star. DC's going to get it. DC bats it down. They're going to win the ball game.
Kanye Rockefeller comes up clutch with the bat down. And DC, as you stated, is going to get their first win of the season. And this got to feel good for their locker room. You got a bunch of guys in there who's been fighting hard all season, got off to that slow start. But once players started progressing, the coaching staff got the playbook together, and they were able to finally corral it. Suffer some tough defeats, but they were so close on a number of occasions. And for the first time in quite a long time, DC lines up in victory formation. And it's got to bring smiles to everyone in that organization.
Yeah, this is a revived franchise. So, Eddie, the last game they won, it was on October 15th, 2016. You've been around here a while. Can you guess which team that was against?
It was against Dallas, this same organization.
No, actually. That game was a week before. Their last win as an organization came against the New York City Sailors on October 15th, 2016. The final score of that game was 20-13. However, this is their first road win since that win over the Roughnecks all those years ago. And really, Eddie, I can't think of a better game to come out and win your first game back as a franchise than that. They had everything on lock. Just look at those statistics.
Yeah, they did. Kevin Saig, he started this game getting some great blocking from his offensive lineman on stretch plays, and he set the tone. And then once, like we said earlier, once they opened up the playbook and started going a bit vertical downfield, it just seemed to open up everything for them, including this running game. And they fed off of that. I think they got out to like a 21-point lead at one point. But Lone Star showing that they're battle-tested, battled back and actually took the lead in the fourth quarter. But DC, not to be denied, they were so close to securing a couple of wins. They got tired of it, decided to do something about it, make their own history, and gets their first win 7 games into the season.
Yeah, and they've done a great job. Really, again, you cannot comment further upon just how great of a game it was. That first half was flawless. And sure, the second half was kind of a touch-and-go period, but they got everything they needed to, and just a little bit more. Jeff Banfield with nearly 150 yards receiving tonight. him and Kevin Say are like my two candidates for player of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's probably going to go to Kevin Say. Sebastian Synergy made some great throws when he had to, but Kevin Say, and it's another thing, this offensive line needs to get some credit too, because not only did they hold him up, but for the most part, for about 3 quarters or so, held this Lone Star Glory front seven away from their quarterback.
Yeah. You know, Lord Destro coming out here saying good games for as a winner for the first time in a very long time. You know, the Dragons, Stephen Molnax, you know, Lord Destro, everyone. It's been the perfect game for them, and they're able to come away with a 10-point win for this young organization. And, you know, given the way they've been playing this past season, I'm going to say it's the first of many.
Oh, absolutely. They got a great coaching staff over there, aggressive coaching, and a bunch of young players who continue to improve week in and week out. And the sky's the limit. If they just get these guys to all remain intact, there's no telling what this team can do in the seasons ahead.
Yep, as Kevin Say wins player of the game honors, 23 attempts for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, really put the team on his back and won this game for the Dragons. And that'll do it from us here in Denton, Texas. You've watched the Simulation Football League here on Twitch. From all of us here, I'm Jack Brown alongside Eddie Gage, Dwayne, and James Stroll in the stats truck making us look smarter than we are. We say so long and have a great Saturday evening.
Arizona, I love y'all. Thanks for coming. Good night, and drive home safely, everybody.